Good morning, everybody. It's Emily here again for the Sunrise Yoga Project. I switched it up a little bit, trying to make it a little bit brighter in my basement versus Mexico. So can imagine maybe I'll put up some palm trees in the background eventually. But welcome, everyone. We'll always start with our 5-minute meditation. So you can find a comfortable seat either on your mat, on the couch, wherever is good for you. So just a place where you feel comfortable. And then we'll move into our meditation and our yoga practice. And then feel really good. So you can find that place wherever it is for you. You can sit up onto a block. Sometimes that feels nice to lift the hips a little bit. Relax the shoulders. You can place them on your knees with your palms facing down or your palms facing up, sitting up nice and tall with the chest lifted. So wherever you choose this morning for your meditation, relaxing the eyes and the hips. Just softening the face, softening the fingertips and toes, letting your body just feel a little bit lighter as you breathe. And inhaling, sitting up tall, letting your head rest on your neck so that it feels weightless. And just breathe in and out through the nose. And just notice how your breath draws up through the nostrils, and down the body, into the lungs, and out of the lungs, out of the body. Letting go of all of the air through the nose. And just watch your breath here. And notice if there's anything in your mind that's taking away from being here now. So notice if there's any judgments that you might put on yourself for just being here, or if you have plans for later today, letting it all go now. Just reminding ourselves to live in the moment so that when we go off and do all these other little tasks, we can be happy and comfortable, content. Relax your jaw. And inhale and start to smile, lifting the corners of the mouth. And slowly start to awaken the body, moving the fingers and the toes. You can do some circles with the wrists, one way and then the other way. Okay. And then just slowly open your eyes. And then from here, we'll move straight into hands and knees into tabletop position. So you can move slow. Bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips, hip distance apart. Yeah. And then from here, just moving through some cat-cows. Inhale, open the chest, lift the tailbone. Exhale, tuck the tailbone down, gaze towards the thighs, draw the belly button in. Inhale, open the chest up. Exhale, following your breath. Just warming up the spine here. Do 4 more on your own time. Big deep breath through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And just feel free to make any other movements. If you want to make some circles, You can do that one way, and then the other way as you go the hips. And just move around a bit, always following your breath. Okay, and then from here, coming back to tabletop, start to walk your hands out a little bit, and then shift your weight forward, and we'll come into like a plank position from our knees. Okay, and then from here, tuck the toes, and then we'll lift up into plank. Slowly bend the elbows, or bend the knees, but don't touch the ground. Straighten out the legs. Yeah. Slowly bend the knees, and straighten out the legs. Slowly bend the knees, straighten out the legs. One more, bending the knees, and then bring your knees down. Press your hips back, child's pose. On your inhale, start to draw your chest forward, coming up, lifting the heart. Exhale, come back, round the spine, gaze down. And then inhale, come forward, draw your chest forward. Exhale, around the spine, draw back, child's pose. Yeah. Inhale, come forward, lift the heart up. Exhale, draw the belly button in, round the spine, press back. One more inhale, lifting the heart up. Exhale and down. Yeah. And then slowly start to draw yourself back forward. Tuck the toes and press up to downward facing dog. And then from here, come up onto the toes. Lift the hips up, press your chest back, and then ground one heel down at a time. And lift the other heel, so you press the other heel down. Stretching it out, feeling a nice lengthening on the back side of the body, stretching out one calf, one hamstring at a time. Pressing one heel down. Okay. And then slowly come back into plank pose, and then from plank, slowly bend the elbows, either from your knees or your elbows, come all the way down. Okay, and then from here, bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, baby cobra, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Release the hands, reach your hands out alongside you. Interlace the fingers. Lift the heart. Yeah, lifting the chest. Lengthen it out. Use the strength of your spine to lift you a little bit higher. And then slowly release that. Bring your hands back down onto the mat. And then from here, bring your knees down and then press yourself back into child's pose. Nice. Slowly draw your weight forward. Tuck the toes, either from your knees or from your toes. Lower down. Come all the way. Untuck the toes and press the tops of the feet into the mat. Yeah. Bring your arms out alongside you. Interlace the fingers. Lift the chest up. Yeah. Keep drawing your hands down and away from you. Gaze out in front of you so that your neck stays neutral. Yeah. Slowly release. Bring your hands down. Tuck the toes. Press back. Child's pose. Yeah. Good. And then from here, slowly walking yourself forward. And then bending the elbows from your knees or from your toes, come down. Okay, and having the option coming into variation of locust, you can interlace the fingers again behind the back, or you can bend the knees and reach back for the feet. And then from here, pressing your feet into your hands will start to lift the chest, start to lift the thighs up off the ground, coming into bow pose, lifting the heart, kick the feet back. Nice. Slowly release that. Bring your arms out to a T, bring your face turning to the right, bring your right hand down, and then start to press into the hand and roll over to the side. We'll stretch out the left shoulder. Keep your left shoulder your left palm down onto the ground. Then you can bring either your right hand can stay on the mat or it can come behind you. Yeah. And then from here, if you'd like to go a bit further, you can bring both your right foot down onto the mat and then maybe your left foot down, and then it becomes into like a little bit of bridge legs, upper body's in a twist. Just relax here. And letting your shoulder open up with time. And slowly roll back to center. Slow as possible. Bring your right arm out to a T. Bring your palm down, ground down through the left hand, and then start to roll over to the side. Again, you can keep your left hand down or you can bring it behind your back. And then you can bring your left foot down onto the ground and maybe the right foot. Your body allows you to do that, or you can just stay lying down on your side. Relaxing the right shoulder. Feeling the stretch in the anterior deltoid. And we're always doing stuff in front of us, eating, playing, working. So it's really good to stretch out this muscle. It's really tight. Now we have to be mindful of our shoulders because it's a very easy joint to dislocate. So just being mindful always as we move. And then slowly coming back to center. Nice. Bring your hands down, tuck the toes, and then press back, child's pose. And then from here, bring your, come up onto tabletop position, knees hip distance apart. And then from here, we'll come into sleeping puppy. So walking your hands out, puppy pose. And letting your chest draw down towards the mat. So relaxing the shoulders. And you can let your chin rest down or your forehead, whatever touches. Maybe you can just hold your hands down, letting your shoulders open up over time. So letting your spine open up and relax here. Letting our front body open up. So we're lengthening out. And then letting our chest relax down towards the ground. And breathe. And then slowly starting to walk yourself back, pressing your hips back, come into child's pose, bring your head down, bring your arms alongside body. Yeah. And take a rest there. And then slowly walking yourself back up. And from here, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Nice. And then from here, gaze towards the hands, and then we'll come into seated by taking one big step into cross-legged. And then let our hips fall back. And you can always just slide around to one side. That's totally fine. Okay. And then bringing your feet together to touch. I'll turn into Baddha Konasana, so feet together, holding onto the feet. You can bring your hands behind you to start and lift the sit bones. Find the front side of your sit bones. And then we'll lengthen out through the crown of the head. So we start to draw our chest down towards the legs. Nice. And breathe here. Think about drawing your knees away from you, letting them open up. Fall down, lengthen out. Keep breathing into the whole pelvic region of the body, letting your hips open up, drawing more blood to those areas. fresh oxygenated blood, keeping everything healthy. Breathing here. And then open your feet up like a book. And draw your feet a little bit closer to you. And then draw your chest down a little bit more. And then slowly start to walk yourself out. Lengthen out. Straighten out your right leg. Bring your left leg, foot into the inside of the thigh. To Janu Sirsasana, reach your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers. Bend your knees, your right knee a little bit if you need to place your hands over top of the foot. And then from there you can straighten out the leg. Keeping your chest nice and long, drawing over top of the leg. And then you can start to bring your chest down a little bit. Maybe your head touches down onto your thigh, to your shin. Flex the toes and breathe here. Take 3 long breaths. Slowly inhale, draw your hands back up overhead, and then exhale, release the hands, and then switch out the legs. Left leg comes forward, right leg comes onto the inner thigh. Inhale your arms up. Interlace the fingers. You can bend your knee if you need to. Start to fold forward and hold on to the foot with both hands. And then straighten out the left leg. Flex the left toes towards the shin. Inhale, lengthen out the spine. And then exhale, come down a little bit more. Just slowing down the body. Then noticing where your mind goes. Bring it back to the now. And what matters most. And just a moment. And breathing right now. 2 more big breaths. Inhale, bring your hands all the way back up. Exhale, release. And then from here, cross your legs and roll over your knees or draw your legs over to one side and come back up onto all fours. Okay, and then sitting up tall, we'll come into a variation of camel pose. So to start, bring your hands onto your lower back. And pressing your palms about where you would have your jean pockets, a little bit lower. Yeah. And then squeeze your elbows in close to each other as you lift the chest up, lifting up out of the waist. And then from here, you can start to press the hips forward, lifting the chest up and pressing the hips forward. So we're not collapsing into the lower back. We're lifting up out of the waist and then finding the space to come back a little bit more. Keep squeezing the shoulders together, lifting the heart up. You can let the head hang back if that feels okay for your neck. Otherwise, just keeping your head up, so gazing up towards the ceiling. Find a little bit more space to come back a bit more. And then slowly come out of that. Tuck your tailbone down. Bring your hands to your hips. Sit back onto your heels. Place your hands on your thighs and close your eyes. And just breathe. And we'll come into camel pose again. This time you can keep your hands where they were, or you can bring your hands down to your heels, either with your toes tucked or your toes resting down onto the ground. But inhale, come up. Bring your hands onto your lower back. We'll all start here. And then if you'd like to reach for your heels and you and it's morning and you're a little stiff and you're not sure, then tuck the toes, lift the heels. If you have a super flexible spine already and you know you can go there, you can keep the toes resting down onto the mat. So on your inhales, lift up. Exhales, press the hips forward. We want our hips pressing forward just as much as we lean back. So press the hips forward, lifting the chest up. And then from here, either keeping the hands where they are or reaching them back for the heels, either tucking the toes or keeping the toes where they are. Lift the chest, squeeze the arms, lifting the heart, and let your head hang back. Opening the chest, breathing, keep pressing the hips forward. And slowly bring your hands back to your lower back. Tuck the tailbone as you come all the way up. And then set your hips back down onto your heels. Bring your hands onto your thigh and just close your eyes. Relax. Coming back to neutral, noticing anything that comes up in the body after that deep back bend. That means that's okay to feel vulnerable or dizzy. Take a rest if you need to now. And then from here, swinging your legs over to one side and then sit all the way back. And we'll come to lie down all the way down onto our spine. Hug our knees into our chest. And then come into happy baby pose, holding on to the outsides of the feet, drawing your knees up into the armpits. Feet face up towards the sky. Relaxing here, relaxing the hips. And you can walk around in your big happy baby. And straighten out one leg and then the other. And then give yourself a big hug in. And then draw your arms out to a T and draw your knees over to the left. Coming into a supine twist. Gaze over the right. Just spending a little bit of time here to release the spine. Slowly bringing your knees back to center. Shift your hips a little bit to the left and bring your knees over to the right. And gaze over the left shoulder. And relax. Relax both shoulders. Relax your face. Relax your entire torso. Slowly bringing your knees back to center. Give yourself one last big hug in. And then slowly straighten out the legs. And straighten out the arms. And we'll finish the class in Shavasana. It's just such a nice way to just let go, just be here, giving yourself time to rest, and giving yourself time to feel good and absorb all the benefits of your practice this morning. So if you could stay here for a little bit of extra time, you can do so. Or if you have a few more poses that you'd like to do, you can do that. Continuing your yoga practice, or you can finish the class with me. So taking a couple more breaths here, just feeling relaxed. And then starting to move the body a little bit, moving the wrists, the ankles. Reach your arms over your head and point the toes. Exhale, bend the knees into the chest. And then roll over to your right side into fetal pose. And rest there. And roll yourself all the way up into seated, keeping your eyes closed. And then coming into just a comfortable seat, and you can sit cross-legged. Bring your hands into your heart center. Pressing your palms together into Anjali Mudra. Relax the shoulders. Relax the face. And we'll finish the class here. Again, so just feeling grateful for your breath, for feeling grateful for your body. It allows you to live in this world. So we'll take care of ourselves so that we can feel good. So thank you. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Namaste. So thank you everyone for being with me here today. I'll be back on Thursday morning at 7 a.m. PST, and Kevin and Lara will be teaching live from Mexico every Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So looking forward to doing their classes as well, and looking forward to meeting up with them very soon. So stay tuned for that and for all these other things happening. So we'll keep you updated. I hope you guys have a great day today. Love you lots. Bye.